That's the beauty of Zoom. Let's see here. Good morning, Brian. All right, guys, let's get this party started and get going on the analysis of the day. Good morning, Adam. Good morning, Brian. Good morning. I want to say it correctly. Tell me if I'm not. Galembro? Galembro. Is that correct? Or at least close? Okay, and Pat. So let's get this going here. A couple of things. We have Noli, good morning. Where is this thing? Guillermo. Oh, well, there you go. Well, that's okay. That's Adam. Thank you, Adam. All right, we're just going to review what we've done yesterday. Let's see here. So, as of the room close, good morning, Noli. How are you? As of the room close yesterday, we were at this spot right here. At 9:33 was the last trade that we took. We ended up at 5,698. We traded at 12.1 into all the way to 146. Is my last trade, and I added about 10 grand to that total. So let's go through those trades because some of them were interesting. I highlighted them. So this way, here we go. So 11 o'clock, that's the end of the room and the stream. And took a quick break, came back around that lunch hour, and we had a short in basically the 200 and the 100 were in sync. We got involved in that short, covered, added some more, covered, and left one covered here. That was a nice one, and then ended up leaving one contract that I broke even on. So that is $1,600 on that one. Okay. And this trade right here is once the market closed here, the the market shifted. I took a 5 contract trade, and I think that's the biggest point winner for me for yesterday. But I got long and sold into targets all the way up to the top end of that range. And on those 5 contracts, I ended up making 2,000. All right, so kept working, left the market sold off. We got short here, 5. Needed to add at 61, but I passed on that, and then covered for break even on the end of that rotation. So that 5 contract made me 1,000, 1,100. Now here, that was a classic. 200 and 100 were in sync on the short side. The market disconnected from the transitional zone, reconnected right here with a switch trade. I got in, I mean, not even a couple of ticks worth of heat, and I got short here actually, and then added at the switch trade. So I had 5 and 5, 10, and covered 5 here and 5 here. That's actually was a big trade, but it's just the 10 contract that worked out fairly quickly. So that one was almost 4 grand on that decision. Then moving on to a short and a short right here, covered, and kind of left that market alone. That's 753, and this trade right here. I got long perfectly, and it got to my 5 points, and I decided to break even. I mean, I really liked it actually. I needed to kind of jump back in there because you got a captain set up long, and everything else was in alignment. But nonetheless, that's how that trade ended up being a flat. So $20 on that. So that's how that day ended. 15,347. So let's discuss today and what we're looking for price action. The big picture is we are getting a two-sided market in the past few days. Yesterday, the market ended up kind of rallying up, but throughout the day we had that inside day. The same thing the day before that, we had a reversal day on that prior day, the 13th. So the market basically rejected Globex at 76, and that's going to be a pivot point for us. As long as we continue to trade under that level, the bias in the market would be short. Okay. And some of the targets would be the low of yesterday, which is 234.50, and potentially a flush that could take us below the 200 into the 12,100 if we get momentum on the downside. So that's kind of the overall picture. When we look at the trend, it's just the decisively short trend, and that is channel number 1 in this sequence. Okay, so the market is actually holding on to that channel and continuing to press. So with that, what do we see in the 100 and 200 NT Rinko? So we got that Globex up here. We had a captain set up short yesterday, and that was the catalyst for our early trades that we made some serious money on. Is that captain set up short? Every time you see that on the 200 NT Rinko, it is a great place to start getting aggressive with size. So in essence, the market broke above it and came in and retested it and continued to flush. So the 200 is short, and the 100 NT Rinko is short as well. And that's, in a way, is an issue because we already have about two, four, six, seven, eight candles in that rotation. That does not mean it's not going to go any further lower, but it's going to be, uh, it's one of those things where I like to get into a fresh reaction, meaning right when the market does this. Like, okay, if you're, two, three candles down and you reverse with one candle, well, that will give me fresh behavior that I can react and trade, with, versus, for example, trying to get short right here, for example. Okay, because that is an extended move. That doesn't mean it's not going to go lower. It's just I'm going to be taking a whole lot more risk if I just follow the trend right now. And it's too early to go long. So I would have to wait that first 15, 20, half an hour of the day, is I would have to be patient and wait and give the market the opportunity to do something new here. So the 100 NT Rinko is short as well. Now that will be disconnected at 396. And ES is a short market. And actually it's very decisive. And look at that. Wow, 10, 20, 25 points. Wow. That's amazing for ES to see these type of rotations. So what we described in NQ is where it's pretty much the same thing in ES. Both are in sync in many ways, and we're just gonna watch that first 15, 20 minutes and see how the market is gonna line itself up. Okay, and get after it. Yeah, good morning, Randolph. How are you? Okay, so we're 4 minutes away from the cash market open, and let's get going here. Hey, good morning, Brian. How are you? Yeah, we have two Brians, Brian Stone and Brian from Australia. Morning. All right, guys. So we are. Good morning, Gary. How are you, buddy? 1 minute away from the cash market open. Let's get it going. Let's make that money and get on with our day. So, like I said, the 200 and the 100 are in sync. On the short side, at the open, I'm gonna give the market about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Want to see the quality of price action, how the price is reacting to a couple of things. If we break 446, we the 200 will flip, and that will lead us to a potential look at the long side. Otherwise, a continuation of this selling pressure can persist, and a flush can happen at 328. That first 15 minutes, half an hour, I'm going to be an observer of price action, so I could learn it. So right now they're putting on another transitional zone, and here comes the open. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. All right. So we're at target number 3, right? And they're pausing it at the open here. So there's a good chance that they can run it up here a little bit. If they get up to 97, let me just put my trend lines here. So in the 97, that will disconnect the 200 from the 100. So there's a little bit of a change in personality here. And ultimately, you are looking at 97. If we get to 97, way out of sync, ES and NQ. I'm not sure. I mean, they're kind of moving in sync if I look at it. 97 coming up. Good morning. Good morning, Sheila. How are you? Here it comes. So what is that telling me? It's telling me that the market is about to get out of sync. If we break that 97, I mean, look, they, they came to the tick. I mean, they got there to the tick. 397. Wow. That's amazing, actually, just to see that. Wow. So that close at that 97 change got rejected, and the 200 and the 100 is still in sync on the short side. So we're going to make 5 assumptions on price action during this first half an hour or so. And I want to see how well we are getting in sync with this price action. All right. They want to come back at it again. It looks like they're going to come back and burst up. That's just they're showing a double bottom right now. Here we go, come up to that level one more time. They're going to break through it. Here it comes. So okay, so you see now that the 100 NT Rinko is pointing higher, and 200 NT Rinko is still short. So this type of environment is not in sync, and we are going to be patient and wait. And we're playing around a whole number, 12,400. You could tell they're trying, right? They are trying to hold the line in and around that 400. They keep coming up to it and coming back down. Ultimately, two things need to happen in order for me to be a participant. Prefer a jump above the 400 and then a reversal candle on the 100 NT Rinko that will get me into a trade short. If the market sells off at 360, then that will get the market back in sync, but I'm going to leave that trade alone, just due to the fact where we at as far as the extension of this price action. And it's just a function of another thing happening, which is a close above 448. If we close above 448, that will lead to the personality changing to a long personality in the market. So a run up and a reversal, or the 60 breaking, which we're about to break it right here, and or a reversal at 448. Here we go. I mean, they broke that. That's definitely a short behavior here. right. So today I don't have any trades put in. So we're at least I'm starting from zero basically. And this number that you're seeing right here, that just from yesterday. So that's not what we did today. It's just yesterday stuff. All right. They're selling. They're coming in here. They're building more. They're about to build another transitional zone. Here you go. So we should see a push lower here to target number 3 or close to it from an entry at 47 with a stop at 55. Actual stop is 62. Okay, 47. Okay, so we got the 5 points plus break even. So you need to see another sell off here, man. I mean, I'm telling you.
Order pending. Order filled. Target filled.
Thank you. I really wanted to wait, be honest with you, but that just like it's just too easy right here. I mean, that's just giving money away. That switch trade right at the inception of the transitional zone is always money. So that trade I made, I think a little bit of money, not much, but whatever. We made $680 on that trade. All right, let's keep working. Hey, good morning, Hans. How are you? Oh man, oh man, oh man. So we needed we needed to kind of let that one fly a little bit, but that's fine. My mode right now is not to actually even trade. It's just to literally listen to the market and just kind of continue to read it. But when I see something like that, I'm like, okay, I mean, you're really kind of sucking me in here. But I'll show you how that trade worked out for me yesterday, because that's the exact same thing to the T. Here we go. Well, that's not it. Where is it? Well, that's another example of it right here. See a switch trade right at the inception of the transitional zone. And there's a couple of other examples. One of them was a big one. Good job, Adam. Yeah, that was a good one, man. That was just that's the ABCs of trading here. Where is it? Yep, yeah, that's the one. Look at that. See that one right here? It's exactly to the tick. The way this happened is what got me into that trade. And boom, sold off, sold off. And here you go. One exactly. Look at that. So whenever you see that happen, it's typically a very high probability event of 5 points or more. All right, so big picture stuff. Hans, I didn't forget your question. I'm just making sure that we're focused on trading here for a second. See that captain set up short, market comes back and retested it. Now they flushed the stops right under uh, yesterday's biggest move, and let's see what they want to do with that price action. ES selling, and it's been selling, and that rotation was pretty decent one. Established a new transitional zone right here, and boom, price action sells off. Uh, the our soft hands our software, the Harmony Trading System, is available on Ninja Trader. Ninja Trader. That is a link to Ninja Trader. We are a third. Um, we're a vendor of Ninja Trader as well, um, and the Harmony Trading System is an add-on top of Ninja. That's a link for that. And this is the link for the Harmony Trading System. If you want to know what we do and how we do it. All right, so what to do next? Market is selling. Market is in harmony. Market is uh, basically on the short side right now. I mean, they can get out of sync if we break above 46. And you could tell they're trying. 346. So it seems like that's where we're heading to. It's 8:48. We got about 12 minutes to the top of the hour. Let's see if there's any news pending here. Yeah, I don't see any pending news. I mean, we got the crude oil inventory report at 9:30, but beyond that, I don't see anything significant coming up. Yanis, good morning, Yanis. Oh, oh yeah, that one right here. Yeah, that was just too. That's what I was saying in the room. I did not intend to trade early. That first half an hour, but I saw that one. I was like, man, here we go. Let's just jump in here. because it doesn't get more prettier. Excuse me, I can't speak today, but it doesn't get any better looking than this one. Because if they flip it right here, that's just a captain setup long. Yeah, yeah, that's if all these trades look exactly like this, we'll be good. Yeah, look at what they're doing here in the 50 NT Rinko. They're putting the captain setup short after an extended price action. Target number 4 is 92 and then 207. So this area is going to be critical. If they start breaking above 44, that personality of the market will change. I'm just surprised how persistent the selling pressure is right here. All right, so the market is disconnected right here. The 200 and the 100 is no longer in sync after breaking that 46. So we're going to be waiting for a couple of things. One of them is 9 o'clock, top of the hour. Second thing, the market either runs up to 97, and that will get us into looking at the market from the long perspective, or it runs up to the 80, 60, 80, then reverse, giving us an opportunity to renew the short trade. The market can come in here and close at 310, and that will get the market in sync on the short side. And but I'm not going to participate in that one just due to the extension of price action, even though it worked out for us just a minute ago. But we're extended. I mean, look at them; they're not giving the longs much of any room. Like, wow, 680. Did I say 680? I don't think I said 680. Oh, between 60 and 80. That's what I said. Between 60 and 80, like 360 and 380, if the market gets there and reverse, not 680. I guess I gotta keep that mic right in front of my face. Are you guys having a hard time hearing me? I mean, look at him. Okay, so maybe just I need to enunciate a little bit clearer. Yeah, but that's what I meant. Okay, so here you go. That scenario came in. Sounds is okay. Okay, hear me loud and clear. Good deal. All right, it's just a enunciation. All right, let's make that money. Let's make that money. Let's make it. So what is this market telling me right here? They're flushing it again. They did like three switch trades in a row on the 100 NT Rinko, and and that's just like right here is just a function of momentum, and now they're flushing it below 300, past target number three. So the shorts are dominant. They continue to be dominant. Um, that's very persistent selling. So we moved like let me see here, close to, yeah, about 70 points since the open, give or take few. Now we're coming into this zone, and this zone has been a choppy zone. So let's see how they react to it. What are we doing, Adam? Got 40 points on that one. Oh, in that short? 40 points. Okay, 10, 20. Okay, I got you. Saw the switch trade with new inception setup. Okay, yeah, I see the switch trade on the 200 and the inception setup right here. And you're done for the day? Now that's just music to my ears. That is literally music to my ears. Good job, buddy. Yeah, just hit it early, make your money, and disappear. Like literally, just disappear. Go to the beach. Go do something fun. You don't have to trade the whole day. That's another thing. Yeah. The longer somebody's trading throughout the day, the more fatigued they become, and it just tend to they tend to give some of it back or all of it back. So you see yourself solid and up. I mean, today I could walk away right now. I mean, trade number one up 680. Most people don't make that in a day. Some most people don't make that in a week. So you just have to look at it from the perspective of time. We have what? How many trading sessions left? Yeah, let's take a look at that. That is absolutely the truth. Fatigue increases risk, increases error, and being disciplined is the absolutely the most important thing. All right. So we had 156 trading days left in 2022. So you guys probably want to keep that website in your back pocket and look at it and remind yourself how many days you have left in the trading year. 156. $100 a day is 15 grand. Nothing wrong with that. So the market here again flips, right? And the 200 and the 100 is out of sync. ES put on a captain, set up a switch trade. So there is a push to stabilize this price structure that we are in. At 372. Okay, 372, 372. So if we get to 372, the market will be in sync on the long side. We can run up to the 60 and reverse and or do another switch trade at 297. Interesting. When look how many. That's very choppy in ES. I mean, you don't typically see that many candles hitting that same level and just chop like that. You break above that 22, you should see a push to 24, 26, which will lead us to go to 60 on NQ. And I could see a little bit of price stability here. So they came all the way to the entry point of this rotation and they are bouncing right back up, which basically they came into this consolidation phase and they're basically pausing. So we need to see the environment to be in sync. We need to see a behavior we recognize, and we need to see a signal that we can take advantage of. Oh yeah, I think so, Gary. I think so. Yeah, yeah. That's what they're doing. So you're seeing them establishing a new transitional zone, pushing to target number two. We are at 372. Okay, so 372 is the market will be in sync on the upside. I thought you're done, Adam. It's time for you to go. I don't want to kick you out of the room. Take your profits and have a good day, man. Oh, okay. You're going to LA? You got a business trip right there? All right, well, enjoy your trip. Interesting how they're behaving today. See, putting captain setup short and walking it down. Putting another captain setup short right here, testing, testing, and they're walking it down. I mean, that tells me that the shorts are really in charge. I mean, the longs are attempting to stabilize the price here, and the market is out of sync, meaning the 200 and the 100 is not in sync anymore. So that puts me on a wait and see behavior. So two things got to happen here. Either the market will come down to 310 and that will get the market back in sync on the short side, or they go all the way up to that 72 and then I'll participate. Snappy, 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 snappy. Go. Yeah, we're getting very close to that 10. Got very close to it. Hmm. They keep playing around with it. They keep playing around with it, but it's just the shorts decided to step in. They put a captain setup short here, another one here, and they just walk the price, and now they're gonna probably flush it below that 10. They're showing it at least as if they're gonna do that. Huh. They're gonna break that level for me to be interested. Mm-mm. So that switch trade right here can lead to a push to that 40 level. So they didn't come to that 310. They tried and they tried and they tried one, two, three, four times, and they just could not do it. So here comes that 40, and the odds are we may end up seeing that 73. So we'll see. I mean, there's nothing for me to do till one of these events present themselves. I'm going to be waiting for that to happen. So what we're seeing here is a bit of consolidation. And look at that captain setup. Eh, they're playing games with people. They are really playing games. So how many captain setups did we see? Captain setup short, captain setup short, captain setup short. They break through that. That tells me that now they are ready to trap people under that level. That would be the key. I'm not gonna go short here. I'm not gonna go long. I'm gonna wait. Here it comes. Okay, so that's a trapping behavior now. So when you get short signals, three of them in one certain area, and then they rip right above them, that tells me that they are trapping everybody here. There are still short. And typically, who gets short right here, right under a major swing low? It's typically these trades get, it gets reversed. So let's watch. We know our levels. We know what we're looking for. And it's just a function of patience and wait for it to happen. Either 72 or 321. Hmm. All right, they're coming at it. All right, here it comes. I'm gonna reduce my size to only one contract here.
Order pending.
40 and 58. 58, 40, 50, 60. gonna reduce my exposure
Stop
here.
filled.
Yep, I gotta get out of that one. Huh? Really?
Order filled.
I'll take it again. Wow, that is noisy. I gotta get out of that one again.
Stop
That's
filled.
fine. Okay, let's just leave this market alone. Let it let it dance like that. Okay. Oh Lord. That's fine. That's fine. So we give up a little bit of money here. We're up 382, and let's see if we can make sense out of that one. I mean, they eventually made a captain setup, six prong captain setup, and I kept it very tight because any jump above 50 will get us to 60, and I cannot add to it up there. So right here, I had to kind of either it has to work quickly or not, and I'll take my stops and move on. So target for this sequence is in the 808 area. All right, so I was in the right spot, and I was a bit too tight with it. Here comes that 8. Yeah, you got to that 8 target. How many bottoms on ES? I mean, there's plenty of bottoms on both NQ and ES. Look at that. One, two, three. All right, guys. What time is it right here? We have 5 minutes away from crude oil inventory report. 346. Okay. So if they break 346, the market will be out of sync. We're spending quite amount of time, and we're rotating many times over in this basically 80 point range. So that is important for us to see that the market is doing this, and that's typically how they build a bottom on a market, is they do this type of behavior. At a minimum, this is a pause. It's quite obvious is a pause, and I just need to be patient and let that market just do its own thing. The different. Oh, here we go. So the 200 and the 100 is out of sync. Thank you very much, actually, because that puts me officially waiting. So the market needs to come back to that 308 in order for the market to be in sync again on the short side, or we can go all the way back up to that 72 that we talked about. And if the market gets there, then the longs can have uh, a chance at a reversal. Anything in between, I'm leaving alone. All right, so they close on that oh 08 again, and they flush the market. So at no point in this rotation did we attempt to go long, because the market is simply not long yet. We paused from shorts because the market was out of sync, but at no point did we enter a short. I mean, a long, because the market is not there yet. It's very tempting to for a lot of traders to look at this and say, "Oh, it's gonna reverse here. It's gonna reverse. It's gonna reverse." I was saying that myself. It just Just because I think it, that doesn't mean per the rules it's the thing to do. So per the rules, we need to see 72 in order for us to be interested in the long side. So let's keep playing. Play, play, play. Momentum is on the downside, and they are, I mean, coming in and digging through yesterday's consolidation. I mean, ultimately, the big move would be anything under 200. If we flush below 200, boy, things can get interesting then. All right, how's everybody doing so far? Brian, Brian A, Brian S. I'm not going short. I mean, I have not gotten short. Well, I mean, I've gotten short 3 times, but right here, I don't have a signal. I have the environment, I don't have the behavior yet, and I need a signal. So 2 elements out of 3 is not there for me in NQ. ES, let's take a look at ES. So 3 bottoms here, or what looks like a bottom, and the market flushed it. So you had an entry point short right here. Once the market established the transitional zone. So I would need to be looking at a rally back up to that 11, a disconnect, and then a new transitional zone building up for me to get short again in ES or NQ. I've been short since 450. There you go. 450. That's way out there. You trying to swing trade, Brian? If I understood that correctly. Oh, for $50 for the day? All right, good for you. What trades did you take? Short, long? What, I mean, I'm assuming short, but here we go. Another transitional zone on the short side on the 20 NT Rinko. They're grinding this lower. Yeah, shorts are dominant. Yeah, inventory reports coming up. No gas left. Yeah, I mean, they're probably taking, that's a good observation, Gary, because they're probably taking a clue. They're taking a clue out of the oil inventory report. Let's take a look at that and see what they're talking about. It's a flush. They are flushing this thing. Sell, sell, sell. Actual less than forecasts. Yeah. So they expected 2.1 million barrels and they got negative 3.4 million. So less inventory. And that can be good for price. And in exchange, it cannot be too good for consumers. And here comes the market selling off. So it seems like the market is taking a cue out of a crude oil inventory report and we're selling off. We're extending our selling off. I mean, this market has been straight down market, not a single counter trend move since Globex opened. Cannot go long here because the market is not quite long yet, and shorts are extended. So that makes me do a couple of things. One of them is under trade. Second, when I trade on the short side, I need to be kind of on the scalping mode. Let's take a look at crude oil because we can pull the Harmony system on anything we want. 622. There you go. So that's what you're looking at in crude oil. It's a seller. They're selling this thing. Selling? Why would they sell it? Are we reading this correctly? Yeah. 15. You would expect them to rally this thing. They may have factored it in. It's fine. So we had another rotation here. If I was brave enough to take it, let's see here. It's another rotation. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, well, I mean, it's the market tends to do opposite to what most people think, Brian. You would have expected a bit of a pause and reversal in and around these levels right here, but it just the shorts keep coming in and in a convincing manner. So to me, I want a fresh behavior that is not what we've been seeing, because I need disturbance. I guess I want to don't want to be cliche here, but I want a disturbance in the force. I want the market to do something different than what it's been doing. Like if it runs up to that 346 now, because it changed from the 70 to the 346, that will close the 200 NT Rinko to the positive side, and then you got yourself a fight, and pullbacks can be bought, run-ups can be sold, and you're getting a lot more action versus this drip 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 price action. It's hard for me to short here, and it's too early to go long. So you're in that spot where I'm sitting here looking at my day looking like this. That's my day so far. A week looks like this. So patience. I mean, be honest with you, those two decisions right here, the market actually ended up working out. I was just too tight. But patience. I gotta be patient and just wait for the right spot at the right time, and it's gonna all work out. It's gonna all work out. I mean, let's make an assumption here. The market continue to flush and go short, and they break the 200. Then I'm gonna miss out on some downward pressure. That's fine. That's okay. Patience is a trade, right? I'm taking the patient trade. Yanis, yes, we are meeting today. All right, there's a captain set up long on the 50 NT Renko. I mean, I'll take advantage of that if I can. Let me see if I can.
Order pending.
77, and this is what I'm talking about right here. That's a captain set up long right here. Well, yeah, they're pushing it. $84, 77. That's nothing I would be going heavy on. Okay, so they're gonna run it up here. Yeah, into the whole number 300. I'm not gonna chase this thing.
Order cancelled.
So canceling that order. My entry needed to be at 85, and that would have been a 10-point mover. I mean, there's an opportunity. That's just an inception trade right here, and that will should lead us to 305 and potentially, if the market cooperates right, to 316. 348. 348 is the level that we need to be looking for. So the market is not giving us the environment, but they gave us a signal. So I have to kind of use my lowest number of contracts for that type of behavior. But look at that one. The 80, that captain setup long is just huge right here. So they're stabilizing the price. Now the 200 and the 100 is out of sync. So they put the 50 NT Winko captain setup long. They flipped the 100, and to flip the 200, you're looking at that 46, 47 level. An observation: if we see a market that does this type of behavior where it runs down pretty in a solid way and then wicks and sells lower, then the following candle closes higher, that's typically a formation that will jump up to 92. You could see 416, and you could see potentially 480. as targets. But that behavior needs to happen first, meaning that we need to close about above that 46 level. Yeah, they're playing around that whole number 300. So they had a short here on the 300 the 30 NT Rinko, right? So I took it here and I'm looking for a target at 80. I flatted the trade because of the pause. To me, this is what it seems like to me. All right, let me see where I'm at for the day. Because I'm in the right spots, but I'm not behaving in the right way. Because that is like, look at this. That's just a boom. Here you go. That's like 2 grand right there. So 1, 2, 3, and I am up 300 bucks for the day. Those 3 trades are all winners because that one is a big winner. Those two are big winners. And I took either a flat or a small stop. So I have to dig into my mindset and figure out why I'm kind of too skittish, because that's skittish behavior right there, because I just needed to kind of hold on to my stop and just let the market just perform for me, and I would have had like a $4,000 or $5,000 day. So what I'm gonna do, and I think I know what it is. I think I've had such a beautiful stretch of profitable days that I'm worried about having a negative day. Like I'm mentally getting to where I'm not, like I'm, too jumpy with my stops. And it's evident in how I'm behaving today. So I'm gonna call it a day for me as far as trading. Meaning I'm not gonna take any more trades into the end of the day, or I'm not gonna take any trades at the last hour of the day. I'm just gonna stay at 300 and call it a day, get some rest, and get that mindset out of my thinking. So tomorrow, I can be a lot more effective than the way I'm behaving today. I mean, it's still an up day, but I see where the trouble is. Like mentally, I can see where my mind is going to. And if I start getting jumpy in how I execute and just get out very quickly when the market flutters, then I'm not going to be effective. So I'm not going to dig myself an actual drawdown to find that out. I already know what's coming. So it's good to take a rest. So we're since the beginning of the month, we're up about 102,000 at a factor of 1.84 and about an average ratio of 96, and more money made on the long side than the short, and running about 65%. And these are the days. So today is a $300 day, and nothing wrong with that. But I'm not necessarily happy with the way I'm dealing with it. So it's time to get a little bit of rest and just keep. I'll stay. Obviously, I'll stay in the room and I'll just call out the trades, but I'm not gonna take any more. I'm not gonna take any more. Right. So the market right now is in sync. So what we will be looking for, and they're putting a captain setup long. So you want to see a jump to the 85. Yeah, 5 20. And then you want to see how the sellers are coming through. Yeah, I mean, even we had a captain set up short on ES2. So we had a captain set up short on the 25, 35, and on ES. So everything was lined up on that one. We are down 310 points on NASDAQ. That's significant. Let's take a look at the daily. So we pretty much are still trading within the channel and 234. I mean, we hit that level with flush. That will be a complete reversal of yesterday's price action. And that will, there is a whole lot of stops just sitting right under that low. And we will get a bit of a flush if that happens. Man, that's a good one, right? That was a good one. Persistent market, short market. All right. Another announcement, since we're on the announcement part of this. Looking to do a webinar next week. Um, we're going to just basically discuss the system, discuss the features of the system, talk about some of the signals that we talk about. It's more of a training session than a webinar, but everybody is invited to that webinar if you're a Harmony trader or not. And doesn't matter how long you've been with us, years or new. We'll be discussing, few signals that you could use it and include it in your toolbox going forward. So I will get the dates and the times ready and just send you guys a notification via email. and I'm looking forward to actually doing that more often. So it's a place for us to kind of meet all together and just not and discuss the market in deeper detail as a group. So everybody's going to be invited to it. Okay, so keep a lookout on your email. Yeah, they're bleeding this market, all right. They're bleeding it. Sell, sell, sell. That yeah, that entry is perfect, man. Wow. That entry is perfect right there. And target number one, target number two, target number three, all of them hit. Target number four is 195 and a quarter. We are down 350 points for the day in NQ, and things are speeding up. And you know the beautiful part about this? No time through this process did we put on a single long position. And there's a lot of people who got stuck and trapped into that type of behavior, expecting the turn and trading, looking for the turn when the market is not quite ready. So that is a win on its own. Now we are 190 is the low of yesterday, and they can flush it there and turn. We gotta see, but staying in sync with the 200 and the 100, and the market is showing a great deal of direction. Yeah, yeah, I know. Buyers, where's the buyers, huh? Look at that. Crap. It's the utter flush. Utter flush. So if you are making a little bit of money or down a little bit of money, this is not bad because this is a market that never told us to go long. So we had nothing to worry about. I mean, there was that captain setup on the 50 NT Rinko that ran a little bit, but beyond that, and that actually ended up working out. But nothing really more serious than that. I am happy with 300 bucks. That's where I'm at. 10:25. We have 5 minutes to the bottom of the hour, and let's see where this market is going to take us to. Ultimately, a reversal will have to come in at 224, 248, and or a continuation can just keep bleeding the same exact way. But we have to be conscious of how many candles we've been in this rotation. You have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 15, 16 is typically that's a big rotation, and you'll see reversals off of it. But we need the market to actually reverse. I'm not gonna come ahead of it or try to get cute and start going long here, thinking it's gonna turn, and then the market dumps another 100 or 200 points. Like I don't need that. Let it reverse, then we will have the environment, then we will look for the behavior, then from the behavior we look for the signal, and we'll go that way. How's everybody doing so far? Yanis, any more trades? Pat, how is everything going? Noli, Brian, Gary, Sheila, how are you guys doing? All right, so we got that huge sell-off that we just saw right here, and we broke below the low of yesterday, and we hit target number one, a reversal at 222 will get the market in sync on the long side. The market's out of sync right now between the 200 and the 100, and they're trying to stabilize it. That's what they're trying to do right here. No more trades for me, just simply watching price action right now. FOMO. I hope you didn't FOMO on the wrong side of the market, Sheila. Excuse me. Oh boy, look at them coming back in here. Uh, so market's back in being in sync on the 200 and the 100. You're looking for rallies back up as a shorting opportunity. Target number two is a hit in the sequence. Target number three is 128. Short market. Target number three is hit. Target number four is going to be 91 and a quarter. And that's an outlier event. Nice, nice. Good morning. Good morning, Safe. How are you, buddy? Thank you, Randolph. Thank you. Yes. I mean, if we do these streams, and if you feel like this stream or the many streams before that has helped you in any way, uh, push that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Did I forget anything? Wave, ask a question. What we're trying to do here through these streams is to show everybody what we do on a daily basis, tick by tick, trade by trade, entry by entry. Uh, we show the blotter, we show every trade, we actually show the entry, we post the order, the stop, and the target. So this way, when somebody's trying to learn how to trade the harmony way, they are very clear on what that looks like because they've seen it 100 times. So we appreciate you guys um, being here, and we're trying to build a big family. Absolutely, and that's why I do it, Jay. Absolutely, that's exactly why I do it, because you cannot. It's right there in front of you. Like, it's not just the trade; it's the decision making process that leads you up to the trade is more a lot of times more important than the actual execution. Like, why is this a good trade? You got to walk through all that mentally all the way to the execution. Here we go. That's a switch trade right there. We should see a burst of energy lower. And yeah, absolutely, Randolph. Patience is a big trade. It is a big trade. And people think that if they're not patient and they're not taking they're just sitting here watching the market, that they are not working. I'm working. I'm working by reading. I'm working by passing on ideas and trades. I'm working by literally reading the market and understanding the participant and the personality of the day. I'm doing a whole lot more work than if I'm executing. Because when you execute, you already saw the signal, the environment, and the behavior. Here comes that little push. So I just wanted to tell you that, guys, that I mean, just like, subscribe, share it, spread the word. We're trying to build a big family here, and I hope this helps you in some way. Yanis, that was a trade right there. I mean, I know it's at the lows, but yeah, I know it's well, it gave you 5 points. Let me see, 17 all the way to 7 gave you 10 points actually, but it's just didn't. Yeah, because you're gonna go break even plus and carry that over to that 1675. Still a positive trade, and they are churning lower and lower. Yanis, give me about 10 minutes. Stay in the room, and we will have our training meeting. Everybody else, thank you so much for being part of the day with us. From Brian all the way to Noli, Gary, Sheila, Yanis, Pat, and Safe, and everybody on stream. So we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. We ended the day up $300, and for the week so far we are at 21,911, and the majority of the trades are ones and twos. We had a couple of fives, and here we got a little bit heavy, but the majority is small amount of contracts. That's it for me. We will see you tomorrow.